G'day battlers, and today we're doing some more Sorcerous Cup battles, and the first half of this video is going to have a whole lot of Victreebel battles in the Sorcerous Cup. So the second half of the video is going to have a little less Victreebel. It's kind of just more vanilla Sorcerous Cup battles, so if you want to catch in for that, then that is at the halfway point of the video. I'm testing out sort of YouTube chapters, so if you hover over the progress bar of the video, you should be able to see portions of the video. You have to have at least 3 portions to be able to do it, but yeah, so that should be working. If it isn't, then I would have written it on the screen somewhere that I just didn't have enough sections or something, but yeah, that's the hope. We'll see if it works out. But yeah, anyway, into the battles now. We've got Alolan Muck up against the Bronzong to take it out. We had an Alolan Muck up against Noctowl. We wanted to basically get rid of any confusion users that might pop up, so we switched into the Toxicroak to bait out any confusion users, and Coddle switched into a Bronzong. Then we took out Bronzong with Alolan Muck after he beat up our Toxicroak. Bada bing bada boom, Bronzong's gone. So now we have Alolan Muck and Victreebel up against the Noctowl here, which is not great, especially because Alolan Muck is about to go down. We're going to throw this Dark Pulse though. Burns the last shield on Noctowl's end, instant switch into Victreebel, and you can already see how much damage Razor Leaf is doing to the Noctowl. So we're going to burn the shield on the Sky attack, and then just Razor Leaf, Razor Leaf, Razor Leaf. Can we? And we take out the Noctowl with Victreebel. That is absolutely insane. Absolute badge, achievement unlocked. But unfortunately, we are at a pretty rough spot here anyway, even though we were able to make that accomplishment happen. So yeah, Leaf Blade takes about half of Munchlax's health, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to another one without a shield in our back. And then Alolan Muck is pretty weak in the back. So yeah, this game is a GG's, but definitely a fun one. Definitely super cool to be able to take out Noctowl with Victreebel. And yeah, actually, at the end of the video, I'll also be talking about the stream that I did yesterday and some future streams. So yeah, I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So Bronzong up against Alolan Muck. It would be very nice if we could land a Bulldoze, but we're probably not going to be able to do that. So we're kind of like, well, let's stay in, we'll farm up a little bit of energy, and then he got a Dark Pulse off before we kind of decided what to do, so it's like, alright, well, I guess we shield up and then throw the Bulldoze, so at the very least we're going to burn a shield. But he gets a Dark Pulse off before we can land the Bulldoze, and it's like, oh, really? Do we really have to burn another shield here just to get this Bulldoze off? This is not looking good. So, yeah, we're 2 shields down already. Do burn 1 shield off him there, so, not the worst spot. And expecting to be eating a Dark Pulse, so we switched into the Noctowl. I didn't go for it though, so switching into the Frostlass, which is definitely going to counter the Noctowl. We decided to go for the Nightshade. I really do need to switch my charge move up to Psychic, I think, for this cup. It's just superior, basically, and you're less likely to get stuck in that Toxicroak matchup where Toxicroak can actually win. So yeah, we get hit by an Avalanche, gonna be able to take us out there. And in comes the Bronzong. So as we've kind of seen in some of my previous videos, Confusion users actually do really well up against the Frostlass, which is kind of surprising, but we almost take out the Frostlass by landing a Psyshock and a couple of Confusions, so we're just going to let this Shadow Ball come through, take us out, and then get about to bring in Victreebel to get a little bit of energy, tiniest bit of energy, and we'll see where we go from here. So there's still the Noctowl to contend. Actually, was this the game with Noctowl? No, we brought out the Noctowl. Never mind. But yeah, we're getting hit by a Sludge Wave here, presumably. Oh no, Dark Pulse. Actually, so I keep thinking that Poison is like super effective against the Grass Poison types, just because it's because Sludge Bomb is better than Leaf Blade up against other Grass Poison types. But yeah, Cuddles takes us out there, so definitely GG's. We did do 3 battles, but the third one was not with a Victreebel, so I took out that video. And now we are up against Oppa Shock, so going in here with some more Victreebel action. Victreebel in the lead up against Skuntank, so we're kind of like really not lucking out with the leads here. If we could get Victreebel in like a good position, it could definitely be like absolutely dominating. We switch into Alolan Muck to catch the charge move, kind of getting back into the action here. Actually eat a Flamethrower, which I wasn't expecting, but obviously that's going to do a lot of damage to the Victreebel if it were to land there. So we charge up some energy and then go for the Acid Spray, hoping that he thought it was a Sludge Wave, shielded up. Unfortunately did not shield, so I mean at least it's Acid Sprayed now. Yeah, not going to shield on the Alolan Muck because we don't have the Sludge Wave or anything like it. And then going to switch into the Victreebel now. Victreebel just going to keep Razor Leafing down. Going to be able to shield up whatever charge move comes through. And it is a Play Rough, so actually probably doesn't have Ice Beam, which Play Rough Hydro Pump is actually the recommended moveset for this. So that is fine. So we're going to Acid Spray here. Kind of just going all out Acid Spray on this team, I guess. And unfortunately we are not getting shields for it, which is definitely unfortunate. So I guess now Victreebel has to somehow take out everything left, even though he's still got 2 shields. He's switching to Hypno because he's switching to Frostlass. Frostlass is going to be doing super effective damage with the ice moves, so Confusion is just going to do a little bit better there. So yeah, shield up the Shadow Ball. Hope to Confusion down. We're kind of thinking, oh, actually, maybe we can get 3 charge moves off to burn both of his last shields and then land a charge move, but not too sure on that front. So yeah, we just end up eating the Shadow Ball. Gonna take us out. And then Victreebel's can come in, take out the Frostlass, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to take out that bit of Skuntank. So GG's, but unfortunately Victreebel just isn't doing as well as we would like here. So maybe not the best pick in the world, especially in this cup. But I think this might be the last Victreebel battle. But we've got Linoon, another terrible lead. We just keep getting terrible leads here. And we end up eating a Mud Bomb here, which is definitely unfortunate. We've got like no health left, and we switch out to keep it, even though we had like no energy left. Very questionable decision on my part. I think I wasn't. I was pretty tired at the time, I believe. Even though it was only 7:30. Bedtime's like 9 o'clock. That's when I'm going down. So yeah, definitely pretty tired at that point. But I've got Frostlass versus Frostlass, so we kind of want to land the Shadow Ball, not get hit by a Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, we shield up the Avalanche there, so definitely not great for us because that Avalanche costs less energy. So it's going to let him get to a Shadow Ball a little bit quicker, two Powder Snows quicker. Because you're getting shield another Shadow Ball though, so. We've burnt both of his shields, is definitely still good, and we end up getting hit by a Shadow Ball, so we actually just decided to let it go through in case it was an Avalanche. We figured he probably had like some sort of energy advantage on us anyway, and probably would have been able to win out. So yeah, we let it go down, brought in the Linoon, through the Grass Knot, and then we both switch at the same time. Victreebel up against Toxicroak. Because we still have a shield, we can shield up here in case it was a Sludge Bomb coming through. Actually, Mud Bomb also, I mean, wouldn't be nice. Victreebel isn't the tankiest guy. Hoping that we can Razor Leaf down before a charge move comes through, but unfortunately not how it's going to play out. Yeah, we're getting creamed in this video. It's just not doing well. Victreebel taking him down, and then gonna try and throw a Leaf Blade at whatever's coming in, which is the Frostlass. So this will take out the Frostlass. We kind of don't even hit all the bubbles because we know it's gonna take it down. And then just Skuntank in the back. So unfortunately for us, again, Linoon not going to be able to get to a dig to take out this Skuntank before Skuntank takes us out. So I think that's 4 for 4 losses with Victreebel. So definitely not showing it off to its full potential. It can definitely land in the right spot. It can land against the right teams, but in general, maybe I don't recommend it. I probably won't be using it too much in the future, but Toxicroak up against Beedrill, so we are now going up against Mags Ninja Pig, and we are not using Victreebel anymore, so we switch into Munchlax to catch the charge move from the Beedrill. Doesn't do tons of damage, and then switching out to Muck. So in the lead situation, Munchlax does actually beat the Muck in that, like, you know, even shield, even health, even energy sort of situation. So we can tank a Dark Pulse, and then we're just going to be going straight for the Bulldoze, I would imagine, because that's obviously going to be super effective there, so definitely nice to land. And unfortunately, he does get the shield, so I mean, I say unfortunately, but getting a shield is definitely also still nice. Gonna let us go down though, because we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get to another Bulldoze before a second or a third Dark Pulse is going to come through. So we decided to let it go down, bring in the Toxicroak back, and then farm up a little bit more energy, and then throw the Mud Bomb, hoping to maybe pressure a shield out so that he can get a charge move off. But letting the Muck go down, so in comes the Hypno. So now we're like, this isn't great, especially when we tried to switch twice and failed. So definitely unfortunate. But we bring in the Frostlass now, and as we know, this isn't the best matchup for Frostlass. If we can land a Shadow Ball, that would be fantastic, but if we can't, then yeah, not the best. So in comes the Beedrill, and we go straight for the Avalanche because we know this is going to do a nice chunk of damage. Let's go through. So Beedrill gone now, and now it's just up against Hypno. So again, we want to land the Shadow Ball, so we actually... That's probably a mistake on my part. We went straight for the Avalanche without even threatening to charge up to the energy for the Shadow Ball. But Mags Ninja Pig, obviously, wasn't quite sure of how much energy we were up to. Shielded up to protect himself from the Shadow Ball. So it's definitely looking good for us, even though we made that little mistake. So shielded up the Thunder Punch. And can we get to the unfortunately, I was thinking, oh, we're not going to get to a Shadow Ball. Click on the Avalanche. But unfortunately, CMP Tide goes in Hypno's favor. And now in comes the Toxicroak, who has like so little health. This Sludge Bomb, unfortunately, isn't going to be able to take out the Hypno. And then even if we got another Mud Bomb off, yeah, we just didn't have enough energy, basically. So we have not won in this video yet, so this is definitely not gone well at all, basically. This is basically a video of what not to do. But here we have a fantastic lead with Skuntank up against Haunter. So we've finally like actually won a lead. Is that like the first time in this video? Like, seriously? But we're going to let this come through, thinking it was just going to be a ghost move. Shadow Ball still does a ton of damage, and he switches out, catching this crunch. So it was one of the times where we clicked the charge move at the same time, but he was able to switch before our charge move went off. I'm not really sure what the mechanics are as to when that does happen, when it doesn't happen, but at any rate, definitely a very good catch on his part. So we bring in the Noctowl, throw the Sky Attack and burn a shield off of the Muck, and we're kind of thinking, well, Noctowl is pretty bulky, we'd probably tank whatever he's going to throw, but do want to keep Noctowl healthier just because we kind of got hit pretty big in the lead there, so I think we're going to let this one come through. This Muck charges up so quickly with Snarl, such a quick energy generating move, and then going to go for another Sky Attack, which will get off before another charge move comes out of the Muck. And hits the Muck, so let us go down. So Max Ninja Pig definitely letting his Pokemon go down, which is like a very it's a good strat. I'm trying to not say that it's a bad strat, because it is a good strat to make sure that you can't, farm too much energy. You're willing to let yourself go down with the energy. But anyway, bring in the Bronzong up against the Wigglytuff, and we have the Steel typing, so obviously we're not taking too much damage from the charms. Shield up the Ice Beam just to keep us extra healthy, and in comes the Haunter in the back. Because we have the Confusions, able to take out the Haunter. I'm not sure if there's a little bit of lag or what the deal was. Like, I'm not sure if they weren't able to get a charge move off because of lag, but yeah, we bring in the Bronzong, or they bring in the Wigglytuff. We kind of didn't heal the bubbles because we were pretty confident that they were going to be burning a shield there, and we need to be able to get to this Psyshock to take out the Wigglytuff, and luckily we are just able to get the Psyshock off. So able to get one win on the board for this video, so that's something. That's basically an achievement. If you got to this point, by the way, maybe don't forget to subscribe, just a reminder. Anyway, going into the last battle of the video, we've got Wigglytuff up against Frostlass, so landing another positive lead. So we've been in this situation plenty before. If you've seen any of the other videos, you know that we're going to have to shield one Avalanche and let another one come through, but he actually switches out into Noctowl, maybe knowing that it's not the best matchup. And we couldn't get to that Ice Beam there. I'm not sure if it was lag or if it was doing that thing where, like, you kind of tap the area with the charge move and it kind of doesn't register as a touchscreen sort of thing. But we switch into the Frostlass, and unfortunately the Sky Attack is coming through first. So we decide to shield up to keep ourselves healthy, because Frostlass is such a beast, can hit just so hard. So throwing the Avalanche, hoping that it goes through. Does go through, so out goes the Noctowl. Again, Max Ninja Pig knew that Frostlass had done its job, and brings in Frostlass of his own. So we actually let this first one come through, hoping that it's an Avalanche, and it is an Avalanche. So definitely, just a great call on my end, just pure luck really. But in comes the Hypno, and we've thrown the Shadow Ball, so we're hoping that he doesn't burn one of his two shields for whatever reason. Unfortunately, does shield, so yeah, that is to be expected. And he's going to be able to farm us all the way down, which is definitely unfortunate. And we don't have a Dark type this time, so we bring the Wigglytuff, throw the Ice Beam just to try and do some sort of chip damage onto the Hypno. And we've got Toxicroak in the back, so we're really not looking good here. We've kind of just been outpicked at every turn, and I think that's because I'm still kind of picking random teams of 3 at this point. Like, I'm kind of going dun dun dun, bing bong wing. These are the 3 I'm bringing in. Whereas I think people are kind of getting more used to the cup, bringing in the balanced lines of 3, which I should definitely start to do. So I think going forward from this video, I'll try and pick some more balanced lines of 3, get some more proper practice going in. So definitely thank you all 3 of you for the battles, kind of going a 3 opponent video, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one. You can get my patrons, Militon9458, brajSF, NotRandyN3wman, NotRandyN3wman and Yahwertle, for supporting the channel, because I really do appreciate that. And speaking of Yahwertle, we were able to battle in the stream that I did yesterday. So I'm not sure if that's available yet, because after it was finished, it like processes for a bit, and it's supposed to then go live, to be able to view the record of it, view the what's it called, the VOD. Yeah, you should be able to view that, but it's still processing now, and I'm not really sure what the deal is there. So I hope it's up by the time this video is coming out, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. But yeah, thanks to everyone for showing up, by the way. It was completely unannounced. Definitely, I mean, it was just really cool to be able to kind of make sure that it all works. I'll definitely be doing it a little bit more going forward, especially now that I know that, yeah, everything works. I will also be kind of experimenting with Twitch a little bit, so kind of just dipping my toes in both water, seeing what works, what doesn't. So yeah, keep an eye on my Twitter, which is linked in the description below, so definitely go give a follow there, because I will announce all the future streams on that. And with that, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Toodaloo.